Speaking of knots, one of the things that I hear from a lot of my clients is a lot of other massage therapists have a tendency to stick on knots for too long to the point where it becomes super painful for those clients to endure, and they end up feeling sore for days after. One of the biggest strategies that I've utilized over time for helping to relieve knots and get rid of knots quicker is address them, take care of them, but do not overwork them, because if you overwork any spot on the body, it's going to tend to have a tendency to stay sore longer. So as a therapist, what I would do, let's say I find a spot in the shoulder blade right next to the spine, which is a muscle called the rhomboid. I would address the rhomboid, I'd put some pressure in it, I'd work it a few minutes, and then I'd move on to the rest of the body. If I still felt like it was an issue, I would go back to the rhomboid 20-30 minutes later, depending on how long the session was, readdress it, see if it needs any more work, because in most cases, most muscles, from my experience, only need to be addressed. They need to be, just appreciated and valued, just like a person does, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird to say, but it's true. A lot of times when I work a muscle, I give it a break and I go back to it, a lot of times the issue is resolved. I don't have to overwork it or put too much work into it in order for that muscle to get released.